But could you see yourself living outside Thailand completely? You read it yourself, and what do you think about what's going on in the UK?
Right, if any of you wonder what a toilet's like in a snooker club.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm going to be having a discussion with my daughter, Annie, who a lot of you know throughout my videos on this channel. But yeah, her perspective on, well, whether she wants to stay in Thailand. She's now officially an adult here at 20 years old. I did have a moan a couple of videos ago about wanting to leave, and got some interesting comments on that one, which I might discuss later. But yeah, we're going to get her perspective. Some other subjects too. I know the crazy militant woke culture winds a lot of you up, but is that coming to Thailand? I'll get her perspective on that and a few other subjects. So yeah, stick around. We're going to mess about in town a bit first, and then yeah, we'll see what she's got to say. There she is. You all right? How was the bus journey? Hot. Did you go with 999? The slowest bus company in Thailand. But safety first, sweetheart. How long did it take?
7 hours.
Really? That's a bit harsh. There's a snooker up here, isn't it? Yeah, I've been up here before. Oh, check, there's no motorbike coming there. Right, so this is the local snooker hall. There you go. All the reprobates hang out. So we've been here before, actually, up this way, the courtyard house with the amazing gift. Yeah, it was a nice place we looked at. Just up there, 200 meters. Little apartments. It's all happening in Dak. Right, time to get hustled by my daughter. There we go. No dogs, fighting, guns, cigarettes, or drink. Not bad for Dak, eh? I think it's better than the one in Bangkok.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Set it up if you. Alright, we're going to Space Invaders. It's back to the 80s. You know, some cheeky subscriber said I look like full Ronnie O'Sullivan. Like my look is full Ronnie O'Sullivan. What do you think?
You do look quite similar.
Really? Or depressed and moaning and just generally bad behaviour. Gift just said I look like an actor. Now, who was it?
Gerard Butler.
Someone said I look like Gerald Butler. From Gerald Butler to Ronnie O'Sullivan.
What?
What happened? What happened?
Gerald Butler destroyed me.
Gerald. Yeah, I do in certain angles.
Right, if any of you wonder what a toilet's like in a snooker club.
Fantastic. Functional. There you go. Urinal as well. Superb. Look at that. Natural ventilation. I get this in, you're making dinner.
Okay.
Look at this. What are you creating this evening?
Quite a few dishes actually.
Right, what's this?
หมูหวาน
Sweet pork.
Pumpkin and egg.
What's that in Thai?
ผัดฟักทอง
Oh, okay, and what's this one?
Yellow curry, which is แกงกะหรี่ไก่
Right, yeah. This is one that tastes like the Indian, not like that chicken
Yeah.
korma. Here we go. Fit for a moaning old git. Look at that. We've got the pumpkin and egg. Muwan. We've got the crispy shallots. The yellow curry. Well done, darling. But the camera's going off. We're going to enjoy this without a camera. Peace and quiet. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Darling, that was great. It's time for bed. We'll see you in the morning. All right, good night. Oh, here we go. Yes, good night, Nigel. Oh, goodness me. All right. Well, what a difference a day makes. Got the old termites, flying termites here. Sign of the rains. And the cloud, instead of being shrouded in smog, is shrouded in rain cloud. It rained all night. What a beautiful sight. Bob is looking very, very happy down there. Can breathe. Taking a full breath. The AQI has gone from 150 to 16. And the temperature's about 25. Happy days. All right, on that note, we'll go and see if Annie's ready for a little chat. Right, do I still look like Ronnie O'Sullivan this morning? A little bit, really. Anyway, to those that don't know you, you've been brought up in Thailand.
Yep.
And you're predominantly Thai, apart from my influence.
Mm-hmm.
So a little test. Can you say in it?
In it.
All right.
What?
What's the capital of Ecuador?
In Montevideo.
Who's the best trumpet player in the world?
Chet Baker.
Oh, you're supposed to say daddy. But anyway, you passed. So yeah, a couple of videos ago, I was moaning. I wanted to leave Thailand and split my time because of the air and the heat. Maybe some European country. How about you? Can you see yourself living in Thailand full time, UK full time, split it up, or just go somewhere else completely different?
For me, I do love Thailand, but sometimes I do find it quite overwhelming with the heat and I've been here all my life, so sometimes I do want to get different experiences.
You're like any young kid that just wants to go and experience other culture. I mean, the Western kids, they come here to escape the West, don't they? And they go backpacking. So, but could you see yourself living outside Thailand completely?
Because if I do have the opportunity to have a nice house in the countryside in the UK, that would probably be perfect for me.
And split your time between the two?
Yes, because I do miss the food here, the Asian food.
I know, when you're in the UK, after a week, you are moaning a bit about getting back to Thailand.
Because you can't really get a lot of Asian food around the countryside in the UK, really.
Yeah. I do have to add, we do stay at the most in the southwest of England, which is like Harry Potter land. You don't want to stay in the cities.
Of course not. I hate cities, even in Thailand. I don't like cities.
It depends if you're working remotely or you've got an online thing that you can do anywhere in the world. That's fine. But if you need to work,
then I won't go there. The only way I'm going to stay in UK is that I have money and live in a nice countryside. That's the only thing I would do.
I know that when I'm there, after a couple of weeks, it gets a bit dull, the UK. After you've had the fish and chips, the lovely air there's that sort of kind of craziness of Thailand. You don't know what to expect from day to day. The adrenaline isn't pumping. You know, it's kind of a bit samey in the UK. So you think you'd miss that?
For me, I like the peace in England sometimes, because even though I live in Thailand, I've seen all the craziness and all that. I just find it samey as well.
I suppose, yeah.
Because that's what I grew up with, really.
Yeah, so having that peace and quiet and sort of uniformity of everything.
For me, that is the unique for me.
All right, that's an interesting perspective. Now, you told me your friends want to leave Thailand.
Some. Yeah, one of mine has gone to Australia, Melbourne.
All right, yes, that's got a big Thai population. Well, the weather's much better than the UK.
Yeah, and it's a much better opportunity financially as well.
But you were saying, we can't talk too much about the political situation, but the younger generation is a little bit, I don't know, disillusioned with the situation.
There has been a lot of protests.
Well, you were a steward, weren't you? I think at the ballot box.
Yeah, I was.
In the last election.
It helps out.
So you have quite strong feelings.
Got extra points at uni.
Oh, you got extra points at uni. Did you get paid?
No.
So you have quite strong feelings on that, and a lot of your friends do, but we can't really talk about it because it's a sensitive subject. But let's just say your generation is more into the sort of progressive type of politics rather than the old style.
And also, university graduate only get minimum wage. Not minimum wage, but it's not enough to live a proper life.
Yeah, unless you got connections.
Of course.
Now, a lot of guys say to me they're escaping the UK because they've had enough of the woke culture or just the crazy things that go on. And the latest one is that the English flag is not on the football kit anymore, the England national team, because it's not seen as inclusive, which is kind of... I don't push or tell you anything. You read it yourself. And what do you think about what's going on in the UK?
I personally don't have anything against LGBTQ or anything. I think sometimes it goes too far now.
Right, in the West. But it's also, it's kind of been jumped on the bandwagon a bit here. Now, we both believe everyone has equal rights and all that sort of stuff. But as we've kind of touched upon it, it's gone completely mental and out of control in the West. How is it here? Because guys, as I said, they think they're coming in, there's not going to be that kind of craziness. Is it getting that way?
Not quite. It's just more about equal rights here, and like I have quite a few LGBTQ friends. I love them all.
I know that you have most of your friends were lady boys in your primary school, and I thought they were it's not encouraged is the wrong word, but accepted in Thai society more so than say the West. But you said something to me that surprised me. It's not quite like that.
They are accepted, but they are more like seen as like jokers and like
really?
basically
but they are.
People make fun of them a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were just accepted.
And they get bullied a lot when they are at a young age, and also their families as well, like their parents, especially if you have a strict father.
All right.
They sometimes have to hide themselves a lot.
Okay, so it does. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I thought Thailand had a much more open attitude. I was reading today actually the school kids, the boys who identify as women or whatever you want to call it, they don't need to have the boys' haircut. They can have the girls' haircut or something. I mean, we believe in equal rights, but I just think the West has gone too far.
Yeah, I do agree on that.
I think Thailand is jumping on the bandwagon a little bit, but if it helps people out and doesn't go too far, we're both all for it,
Yeah.
But talking about that as a woman, because you are now 20, nearly 21, do you feel any differences? Is it a level playing field?
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they've had female prime ministers here, haven't they? And women do control a lot in the background, I mean, with the money and all that. Household budgets and all that sort of stuff. But you haven't never felt sort of that being a woman puts you less of an advantage here? No, it's pretty equal playing field. All right. That was very interesting. Get your perspective on things. So once you've bought my BMW, which you promised me, you might set up in a country retreat in the UK.
Maybe.
You will need a lot of cash. And maybe... Well, where would you like to live in Thailand? Because Bangkok and Chiang Mai is pretty harsh. Are there any places... I've heard Hua Hin.
Dak.
Dak. You're going to kick me out.
House.
You're going to kick me out, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, old Git's going to get kicked out and you're just going to... Can I live in the garage?
Of course you can.
Really? Or a tent. You're going to put me in a tent. Oh dear. Anyway, that was very, very interesting, sweetheart. I learned a few things there. And anyway, how much do I owe you?
2 yen.
2 yen? 2 pieces?
I haven't had any this season yet.
Or do I have to buy you the whole fruit?
The whole tree.
Darling, this doesn't look like a Tulian store.
No, it's additional.
Are you going to milk me for creams and moisturisers and weird stuff? Dear. Well, you did do a nice interview, but anyway. Darling, I'm just warning you that I'm beginning to lose the will. How much am I being milked? For a bottle of cream? That's cheaper than last time, actually, darling. And we got Tulian to come as well, haven't we? Yeah, well into this scanning. Embracing it wholeheartedly. You don't even carry any cash on you, do you? Huh?
No.
I only use cash in 7-Eleven. All right, okay, here we go, look at that. Coconuts, darling, they're similar to Tulian, aren't they?
No.
20 baht, are you sure? They're green.
What's that?
What's this over here?
I think.
That looks like the stinky fruit itself.
I think it is.
Have they got packs for you?
Yes, they do.
How much are they? Which, so how much is the one you got? Let's have a look. 350. I did okay then. Let's have a look. How much is it? 350? Mm-hmm. All right, you did a good job today. All right, am I going to get milked anymore? So here they are, the Tulian.
But this one's not too ripe. It's okay for you. It's not.
You're going to make me eat it again?
Yep.
Is this part of the payment for being in the video? Really? I've got my 20 baht bag of watermelon. Look, it's perfectly acceptable.
One bite.
And I prefer it. Look at that.
Just one little bite. Come on.
I had one last year.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Look how
It's not cute. It's evil.
Yummy?
Can I moan while I eat?
Definitely.
Someone's burning. I can smell it.
I know.
And the dog's barking over there again.
But how is the durian?
It's all right. This one's not too ripe, so it's not too stinky. But I prefer my watermelon, to be honest. It's like 20 baht bags, sweet, cold watermelon. For like, yeah, 20 baht, and that's like 400. But anyway. It's not too bad.
Yum?
Darling, the ants are back. Right, before I break into it. Yeah, they're back. Before I break into another moaning session, I'll have a little chat. Right, third shower of the day. Yeah, it's a different heat when it rains here. It's not a hot heat or dry heat. It's a wet, sweaty heat. So not moaning, just an observation. There you go. Apologies to Ronnie O'Sullivan fans if you tuned in. Yeah, he is a hero of mine actually, and Annie's. Fantastic player. But yeah, no offence, especially if you're watching, Ronnie. We love you. Regards Annie, yeah, interesting to hear her perspective. It is a unique one. She's grown up with 2 languages here, 2 kind of perspectives of very, very different cultures. And yeah, there are positives and negatives to both, which we kind of pointed out in the discussion. It was a discussion. I mean, I was prompting her quite a lot because it is early morning and she's still kind of a teenager. The mornings aren't always great. So I was rabbiting a bit, but I think she got her point across very well. Yeah, I did mention the woke stuff, and Annie is a bit disturbed by what goes on in the UK. I'm not going to lie. I don't force anything on her. She does a lot of reading. She's also a bit of a historian. She knows a lot about Thai history and British history, which most of the militant woke brigade don't know anything about. If I do get any militant woke brigade in the comments, I'm just going to cancel you and ban you, because that's what you guys do. So a bit of a taste of your own medicine. But as I said, we're all, most of us Brits are tolerant, and we just, you know, let live. I don't care what you got between your legs or what gender you are. I don't give a monkeys. Just stop ramming shit down my throat. And I think I speak for the majority there. So yeah, if any of you get down in the comments, I'll just ban you. But on that subject, actually, I was shocked to hear that mincing, apparently, someone was surprised that I was able to use that word. You know, or I was lucky to be able to use that word because I'm in Thailand. In the UK, it might be considered not appropriate. I'm a mincer. I'm a moaning mincer, in fact, and I find it a very liberating experience, especially when there's some dusting to do. If you've got a feather duster, there's nothing like a bit of mincing around the house on a Sunday afternoon. So I was surprised with that, but yeah, I'm going to be mincing on this channel. Don't worry about that. Now, regards to the video I was moaning in, I got loads of comments. Most of them were positive and sort of, a lot of you were concerned about my well-being. And yeah, I had a couple of bad days. But what I do on YouTube is a snapshot. It's not my life. Some of you think what I show on YouTube is what I do every day. Well, I do buy quite a lot of stuff off Lazada, but I don't show everything. I'm quite private. So I appreciate all the positive comments and advice. And even the gnarly toads that called me a miserable wanker. Well, it's kind of true. So it's like a relationship. Any relationship you have, whether it's with a woman, man, a turkey, I don't know, or a country, you know, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have, you know, breakups. You might separate for a bit, and you might have a full termination. And that's the same with the country when you move there. It's like a relationship. So we all go through these ups and downs, but there is the sort of don't say anything bad about Thailand brigade. That if you mention anything negative, you're like, oh, you're a moaning old phalang. Well, sod off again. I can't believe I'm 50. I don't care anymore. I just get annoyed more, and I'm not drinking. Anyway, I'm gonna let Annie finish up the tullian before she force feeds me anymore. And yeah, we've got a week here and we're gonna go head off, maybe look at some hotels. I don't know, she might escape down to she's missing her friends already. There's some parties down there, but we're gonna do some hotels. Hopefully have a look around, see if there's any, some great bargains or some expensive ones. I don't know, we'll see what happens. And so yeah, thanks to the guys that donated. There's some others that did. All that money that goes from the, I don't know, the super thanks, the $ down there by the likes and dislikes, and buy me a coffee in the description goes towards hotels and the channel. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to say stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video.